Thing about Fruits Basket, I think one of three things. Damn, this show is old. My god, this needs a sequel. Holy shit, my heart is still broken. I watched this anime 5 months ago. But mostly, damn, this show is old. I guess this review is gonna be half review and half look back to see how well this anime holds up. And it still feels month, so get ready to cry. As today, we are reviewing the 2001 anime Fruits Basket. Orphan Toru Honda is a happy hobo by choice. Her father died when she was young, and her mother was killed in a car crash not too long ago. She lived with her grandfather for a while, but his house started to get renovated. To stay out of her grandfather's and her best friend's way, she lives in a tent in the woods and works as a janitor. One day, she finds a house in the woods she lives in, and a man named Shigure Soma. She has a pleasant conversation with him, and is surprised to learn that Shigure is the cousin of her classmate and school prince, Yuki Soma. When her tent is destroyed in a landslide, the Somas take Toru in exchange that she cooks and cleans. Then a boy falls from the sky, and he is said to be Yuki and Shigure's cousin, Kyo Soma. While a fight between Yuki and Kyo takes place and Toru tries to break it up, she discovers the Soma family secrets. When 13 members of the Soma family is hugged by someone of the opposite gender, they turn into an animal of the zodiac and a cat. Usually, when someone finds out the secret, their mind will be erased, but Toru is allowed to keep the family secret and continue living and interacting with the Soma family, and hilarity ensues. The story follows Toru's new everyday life with this strange family. Each episode, something random happens and she must keep the family secret safe, but most of the time she meets and reconnects with the members of the Soma family, and she learns about and from them, having them touch her in their own way, or more often, she touches them. Besides being very episodic, there is a greater goal underlying the much happier times of this anime. A goal for Toru learning how to cope with her mother's death, and the Somas learning how to cope with their curse. Fruits Baskets is a self-proclaimed fairy tale for the rejected. It is one of the most beloved shoujo anime ever made, and it still is 15 years later. The story and the comedy still holds up very well, and it's still funny with its concept of people turning into animals, a concept we still see today, but not as much back then. I laugh my ass off every time Shigure bounces down the street singing about high school girls, or when Haru had to prove that his white hair was natural. But the message of learning how to cope with some of the harder things in one's life is what makes this anime so special to many. Maybe it's losing someone you love, maybe you have something that you can't get rid of, or maybe it's something else, and you just have to find it. When she was young, Toru's mother taught her about being kind to others. Years later, she still lives by these lessons. She's kind, selfish, and is happy to help anyone. She doesn't even get angry when she's bullied or when she's robbed of her mother's picture, which is the last thing she has left of her mother. She touches each member of the Soma family by teaching them to accept themselves, because even though that they're cursed, doesn't mean that they have to feel bad or down about it. And sometimes you just have to move on and away from the pain that happens to you. The downside to Toru's nice manner is that she's very vulnerable. She doesn't get angry, complain, and she won't stand up for herself, making her an easy target to get hurt. Yuki Soma is the most popular boy in school. He even has his own fan club. He doesn't want to be popular, but he's nice enough to not shut down his peers or push him away. Yuki is also the most important member of the Soma family, as he is the rat of the zodiac, aka the first animal, which once again, he doesn't want to be. Yuki is a very accomplished young man, but he also has a mysterious manner to him. I would say more, but it's better watching him unfold for yourself. Kyo is the angry, self-destructive member of the family who hates himself because he was born as a cat, who isn't in the zodiac. He blames Yuki for his place in the zodiac due to the lore and will often try to fight him, and loses. Kyo is a hothead. He's an outcast who was feared by everyone and accepted by no one until he found someone who gave him a chance and left to train in the mountain for years. When he returns to live with Yuki and Shigure and finds Toru, he's not too happy at first, but will admit to himself that he enjoys having her around. There's more to Kyo's character, but once again, it's better watching him unfold for yourself. Also spoilers. The characters is where the real magic happens in this show. Everyone is great, memorable, fully fleshed out, and developed. Outside the Soma family is Toru's two best friends, the former thug Yutani and the psychic Saki, who are enjoyable in their own right. The Soma family takes up most of the cast. To name a few, there's Yuki's brother Ayumi, the small, quiet, and cute Kisa, and a creepy-ass bastard Akiko. To close off Hattori, and my favorite character Momiji, who's just adorable, and whose song will be stuck in your head for weeks.
Forest strolling, the birds and the bees sing Momichi. The frogs in the pond are calling.
The animation done by Studio Dean in 2001 still holds up nicely to this day. It's pretty, with pretty colors and pretty character design. The soundtrack is like that piece of soft and sweet caramel candy that you enjoy. Skip the opening. It's long, it's slow, it's dragged out, it's boring. You have my full permission to skip it. But I do enjoy the ending, which, like the opening, is dubbed and sung by Laura Bailey. The dub is like a time capsule of its own. This will see early days of Funimation, a time before Vic Mignogna became the voice of Fullmetal Alchemist, and Todd Havercorn's screwball characters became some of our favorites of all time. This dub was People's introduction to Aaron Dismuke before he took over the voice of Al in FMA 2003. It has a role you'll never thought Christopher Sabat was in, and it started that bad joke of Mike McFarlane voicing cross-dressing characters. The dub stars Laura Bailey as Toru, Eric Bell as Yuki, and Jerry Jewell as Kyo. It also has John Bergmeyer singing about high school girls over and over again. The dub still holds up. It has a few hiccups here and there by today's standards, but it's still pretty damn good.
I was so happy when
like I said, Fruits Baskets is a fairy tale for the rejected, and is proven through its great story and unforgettable characters. It's timeless, which is why it's so loved and still remembered to this day. It's an anime that you watch when you're down and you need something to pick you up. So yeah, it's still good for a 15-year-old anime. Fans can agree that this anime is crying, screaming for a sequel or at least a remake because damn it, it deserves one and we need more. I would love to see more of these characters, more of this story. It deserves the Brotherhood treatment and I haven't even read the manga. So what makes this show so sad? Well, things kind of happen to the characters and more things happen in the middle and the end of the story. No spoilers, but there's this part and there's this other part. When you finish the anime, it makes listening to the music more bittersweet and you want to cry because Momiji Hattori did nothing wrong, damn it! Anyway, and so I award Fruits Baskets with a 4.25 out of 5 stars with a must-see recommendation. Fruits Baskets is going to be around and passed down for a long time, and as a shoujo anime that I can tolerate, I cannot recommend it enough, as it's full of laughs, heartwarming moments, and feels. Just bring tissues when you reach that middle and the ending. At the time of this video, Fruits Basket is licensed by and available from Funimation Entertainment, and you can stream it in both sub and dub on their website and Hulu. And when you're done with that, I recommend the Ouran High School Host Club. Terrible Vic Mignogna impression is terrible, but you get my point. And the anime Kami-sama Kiss was pretty enjoyable, but to be totally honest, I'm only recommending it because it's from the same director as Fruits Basket. And that is all for me, everyone. Tell me what you think about this anime. Love it? Hate it? Plan to watch it? Let me know in the comments down below, along with an anime you would like to see me review. Please remember to drop a sub to see more videos like this from me, and leave a like so that more people can find this video. And until next time, I'm going to go cry on my pillow and eat a bowl of chicken noodle soup.